conservative Democrat I've ever met. So.
Well, hopefully he's going to meet a lot more of them. That's what I'm hoping for. I want to talk to you about something a little bit different today. Some of what's going on other than taxes. We'll touch on that real quick. Closer? How's that? All right. Now, what I want to talk to you about first is Nancy Pelosi making us all feel good this morning when she announced that she saved us, $800 million on our taxes? I don't know. Then I remembered she was from California. I figured she had to be smoking something. But no, what I want to talk to you about today is the small groups that we've allowed our congressmen to break up into. You've got the Blue Dogs. You've got the other caucuses. And these are things that need to be stopped. I mean, if we're going to do anything in Congress, it doesn't matter who you elect. We've got to start stopping these things. These are the little things that get into our society and start to eat it. When they form these groups, it allows them something to hide behind. It allows them an avenue to make a vote that they can tell you they didn't really want to make the vote. But, so-and-so over here was for it, and by golly, he's the most conservative guy out there, and he was okay with it, so we had to be okay with it. It gives them a way to hide. That's what the Blue Dogs are, and that's what every other little group in there is. Recently, Charlie joined the Stupec 12, and they were going against the health care bill. Supposedly, they were all pro-life, and they were going to stop this thing on the pro-life basis. Well, we saw how well that worked. Stupec rolled over, and the rest of them all rolled over and pointed their fingers at Stupec. Said, hey, it was him. I'm just part of the 12. Charlie was part of that 12. Immediately after doing that, though, they all made sure they got their cut. They ran down and put in their slips for their pork. $82 million is what Charlie put in for. 62 last year. If he keeps his track record, we'll end up with 11% of that. Work it out, it ends up being somewhere around $9 million. $9 million for one of the biggest districts out here. I'm not for pork, but if I were, you'd get a lot more than $9 million. This is the biggest district out here. We need to put an end to pork. It needs to be done quick. Democrats put a moratorium on it. The Republicans went along with it. 3 days later, the Democrats are standing in line with their slips, saying this is what we want. And there were some Republicans in there with them as well. It's got to stop. Those are the things you need to stop. It's not just voting in the right people. It's making them do the things that they're supposed to do once they get in there. Holding their feet to the fire and making them pay the price for the job that they wanted. Make them do what that job says they're supposed to do. We've got to get in there and get them. And the other thing we got to do is we've got to get the lobbyists. We have to go after the lobbyists. Again, it doesn't matter what you do, who you put in office, how you get them there. Not going to do you a bit of good until you get rid of the lobbyists. That has to be done. I'm a guy that'll go down there and fight them. That's what I'll do. And I hope that you people are people who will stand up and fight them as well, because it needs to be done. The lobbyists go in, they buy your congressman, and the congressman does whatever the lobbyist wants, and the heck with all you. And that's the way it's worked, that's the way it's been working. There are websites out there you can go to on the internet. Is all you got to do is just Google lobbyists, and it'll take you there and just surf around for a little while and check out some of the stuff. I'll tell you what, it'll make you mad as hell. Some of the things that have been going on are just incredible. Some of the buy-offs and money switching hands, I can't believe there aren't people in jail. I'm telling you, they should be. It's right out there in the open. That's right. The top dog went out today and stuck his nose in somebody else's business. Been no trials, been nothing else, but he's already found them guilty. By God, he's going to bankrupt them just like he said he was going to do in the election. That's what he wants to do to the coal companies. And he made that evident today. We need to stop these people, and we need to stop them now. You need to elect the right people, and you need to follow up on them. You need to hold their feet to the fire, and you need to make them pay the piper. And that's all I have to say. You can start doing that on May 4th. My name's Jim Renner. I'll be running against Charlie Wilson in the Democratic primary.